Alright, this one, the Generation of Miracles, that's just what they would call the super overpowered team in this anime called Chronicle no Bosque. And it really fits with this one because I'm using my 3 most overpowered pets. I got the Fiendish Imp, the Speed Death Adder, and an Unborn Valk. Fiendish Imp to switch out people with Nethergate and Immolation, and then switch out to either Death Adder or Unborn Valk. Or I can start off with Unborn Valk, use Curse of Doom, Haunt, then switch into one of my other 2. I could also start off with Death Adder Hatchling and just tear people up with Blinding Poison, Poison Fang, and Puncture Wound. Basically, all 3 pets are legit starters. And this deck, I mean not this deck, I'm so used to talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! This team rarely ever loses. It's really solid, really good, and I love it. And it's probably my most OP team, and the only bad thing about it is that it gets boring winning all the time. Alright, for this first team I'm going against, a pretty solid Death Adder, Mechanical Dragonling, and a Fiendish Imp. It's kind of the same team I have, except mine's a little bit better. Since I'm using 3 OP pets, and he's only using 2 OP pets and 1 regular one. Although we're both not using the correct Imp. For the correct Imp, you want the SS one, so you always go first. And it seems as though I was able to switch him out. No, actually, I just went into the dots and shit. I'm not even paying attention to my own video. Anyway, he has his Death Adder, and I switch into my Unborn Valk, and he out-predicts me. He knows I'm gonna switch, so he waits a turn to do the Poison Eye, and then he attacks. I switch out when he does his Puncture Wound, so he does a little bit less damage. I use my Blinding Poison and go straight into my Puncture Wound, because I know he's not gonna switch. He's gonna go straight into his stupid Decoy. And I'm gonna go into my Unborn Valk just to break the Decoy, since I don't, well, I mean my Imp's going to take care of it for me. Thanks to those flame shields. I completely forgot about that. Then I'm going to set up my dots on him. Doesn't matter if he switches out or not because he has his stupid little thing. And I was able to put up my Haunt when I had a tiny bit of health left, so he gets to come back to life with a little bit more health, I think. I'm not sure if Haunt actually heals or not. So I just go into my Blinding Poison because I knew it was going to try to switch me out. And I'm just going to do the normal, you do Blinding Poison then dot because usually they're going to switch. And then he switches out into his Mechanical Dragonling, and he's just gonna die anyway. So he dies. I had a bunch of dots on him. Death Adder Hatchling versus his Death Adder Hatchling. My Death Adder Hatchling is actually the correct breed, SS, versus his BB. BB breed is probably the worst Death Adder Hatchling you can have. Yeah, that's probably like the only time I've ever seen one. Usually people have the SS or the PP, because the Power one's pretty strong, but the SS one is the one you'll see 90% of the time, the one I have. And then my Unborn Valk gonna go out, and at this point I pretty much have him beat because I have one of his dead, and I still have my Unborn Valk plus my Fiendish Imp. Fiendish Imp is just gonna switch him out. Switching him out when you go first is pretty much free damage because not only do you hit for a respectable amount, it also switches him out and makes him lose a turn if you go first. So I'm just gonna play my burn game. There's no reason to put up Immolation Shield because I'm not gonna be switching out anytime soon. I know a couple burns is more than enough to take him out. Second one, a mouse, a stupid lizard, and the spirit crab. Pretty nice team to counter my Unborn Valk, but I have a Death Adder and the other guy to go in. He starts off with his SS Basculus, which is a little bit faster than my Death Adder, which sucks, but usually if you're going to make a fast pet, it has to be faster than a Death Adder for it to be viable. And he feigns death and switches out. Then he goes into his crab and just sets up his stupid shield, because he knows he can pretty much negate most of my damage with that. And then he just does Surge. I'm not sure why he has Surge though. Snap is a way better option, although I don't really remember if the Spirit Crab has Snap. So I switch out. Blinding Poison is a good move to switch out with. You put Blinding Poison and then it's pretty much just free switch out since I can't attack you, or they're going to have to do... They're just pretty much going to let you switch. I'm going to my Fiendish Imp, then he goes into his mouse. His mouse is way faster than my Imp, but that doesn't really matter. I'm going to go into my Death Adder because he has the type advantage over his, and then he predicts that and switches into his Basculus. Basculus, it's actually not faster than my Death Adder. I don't know why I thought it was. Anyways, Death Adder has the parry mouse beat in speed too. Wow. Usually you don't want to bring in a mouse unless it's at least faster than the Death Adder, but that's fine. I get a whole bunch of free damage on him, plus the Imp is taking off. I'm just going to destroy his crab. Even with I'm way faster than it. Puncture wounds. I'm pretty sure he was trying to set up his shell shield to negate the dot damage. But it doesn't really matter. I'm going to use this turn of immunity to switch into my Unborn Valk to set up my dots. on my next turn. And then he's probably going to go into his... Oh wow, his Masculus. Pretty sure he's going to try to feign death to try to get me to eat my Curse of Doom. Instead, he outspeeds me and does a stun on me. Isn't so bad. He can't take out my Unborn Valk. Basically what I'm doing here is I keep trying to predict his feign death, but it looks like he's not doing that. He's just going to try to kill my Unborn Valk. And then he switches into the mouse, finally, so I'm going to try to set up my dots. His mouse can easily kill the Unborn Valk, but I can get off both of my dots on him, and then just go into my other two pets to survive long enough for the dots to kill him. But that's fine, because my other two pets can completely destroy his mouse, and it's only the Unborn Valk I had to worry about with his mouse. Surprised he stayed in his Basilisk as long as he did. Then he switches out to get a nice haunt in his face. Then next, I have them both dotted up, and I still have two of my really good pets left. I'm going to try to switch him out. Even if I don't go first, it's not free damage, and he goes ahead and stuns me. At this point, I'm just going to wait it out, because I have the dots going. His mouse dies in the back row from the Curse of Doom, and I'm just going to spam burn until he's dead. Or until I have to go into my Death Adder to kill him. And that's all it took to kill him.